Mount Everest is the tallest mountain in the world, standing at 29,032 feet. But did you know? The summit grows by about 4 millimeters every year due to tectonic activity. Petra, the ancient city in Jordan, is famously called the Rose City because of its pink sandstone cliffs. What's incredible? Many of its structures were carved directly into the rock over 2,000 years ago. The CN Tower in Toronto isn't just a skyline icon. It was the tallest freestanding structure in the world for over 30 years. Its glass floor observation deck, a thrilling 1,122 feet above the ground. The Shwedagon Pagoda in Myanmar is covered in real gold and topped with thousands of diamonds. But here's the astonishing part. It's believed to house relics of 4 Buddhas, including strands of their hair. The Guggenheim Museum in Bilbao, Spain, is an architectural masterpiece of titanium curves. Fun fact, since its opening in 1997, it's credited with revitalizing the entire city's economy and culture.
The Amazon rainforest is often called the lungs of the earth, producing 20% of the world's oxygen. But did you know it's home to over 390 billion trees and 1 in 10 known species on the planet? Angkor Wat, the world's largest religious monument, was originally built as a Hindu temple in the 12th century. What's incredible? Its design is so precise, it aligns perfectly with the sun during the equinoxes. The Sydney Opera House is more than a performance venue. It's an engineering marvel. Its roof is made of over 1 million tiles, which were designed to self-clean with rainwater. Varanasi, India's spiritual capital, has ghats that are thousands of years old. Pilgrims believe a dip in the sacred Ganges River here washes away sins and leads to salvation. The Met in New York City isn't just a museum, it's an experience. With over 2 million pieces of art, it would take you more than 5 years to see everything if you spent just 30 seconds per piece.
Niagara Falls isn't just a natural wonder, it's a powerhouse. These stunning waterfalls generate enough electricity to power over 3 million homes. And here's a cool fact, 3,160 tons of water flow over the falls every second. The Great Pyramid of Giza is the last of the 7 wonders of the ancient world still standing. Built over 4,500 years ago, it was once the tallest man-made structure on Earth for nearly 4 millennia. The Burj Khalifa isn't just the tallest building in the world, it's a city in the sky, standing at 2,722 feet. It's so tall that people on the top floors experience sunset later than those at the bottom. The Kaaba in Mecca is the most sacred site in Islam, drawing millions of pilgrims each year. Here's an astonishing fact. Its black stone is believed to date back to the time of Adam and Eve. The British Museum houses over 8 million artifacts, including the famous Rosetta Stone, which unlocked the secrets of ancient Egyptian hieroglyphs. And guess what? Admission has been free since it opened in 1759.
The Great Barrier Reef is the largest coral reef system on Earth, visible even from space. But did you know it's made up of over 2,900 individual reefs and is home to more than 1,500 species of fish? Chichen Itza, the ancient Mayan city in Mexico, features the Pyramid of Kukulkan. What's fascinating? During the equinox, shadows create the illusion of a serpent slithering down the pyramid steps. The Empire State Building in New York City was completed in just 410 days during the Great Depression. At one point, it was so empty that it earned the nickname Empty State Building. The Basilica of St. John in Syrens, Turkey, is believed to be the final resting place of John the Apostle. The nearby Syrens village is also famous for its serene atmosphere and unique wines. The Pergamon Museum in Berlin is home to the stunning Pergamon altar and the Ishtar Gate of Babylon. But did you know it's so large that it had to be built around the artifacts during construction?
Yosemite National Park is famous for its giant sequoias and granite cliffs, like El Capitan. But here's a fun fact. Yosemite Falls is one of the tallest waterfalls in North America, dropping over 2,400 feet. Ephesus, one of the best-preserved ancient cities in the world, was home to the Temple of Artemis, one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world. But did you know its Library of Celsus could hold over 12,000 scrolls? The Tokyo Skytree isn't just a broadcasting tower, it's an engineering marvel. At 634 meters tall, it's designed to withstand earthquakes thanks to its shock-absorbing core inspired by ancient pagodas. Mount Kailash in Tibet is considered sacred by 4 religions: Hinduism, Buddhism, Jainism, and Bon. Pilgrims believe that walking around the mountain can erase a lifetime of sins. The Museum of Modern Art, or MoMA, in New York City is home to iconic works like Van Gogh's Starry Night. But here's a twist. When it opened in 1929, its first exhibition was in a rented office space.
The Sahara Desert is the largest hot desert in the world, covering an area almost the size of the United States. But here's a surprise. It wasn't always a desert. 10,000 years ago, it was a lush, green savanna. Stonehenge, the mysterious prehistoric monument in England, was built over 4,500 years ago. But how were these 25-ton stones transported? That's a puzzle scientists are still trying to solve. The Golden Gate Bridge in San Francisco is one of the most photographed landmarks in the world. But did you know its iconic orange color was originally a primer to protect it from rust. The Western Wall in Jerusalem, also known as the Wailing Wall, is a sacred site for Jewish people. Every year, millions of prayers written on paper are placed in its cracks, and then collected and buried in a sacred ceremony. The Hermitage Museum in Russia is one of the largest and oldest museums in the world. Fun fact, it's also home to over 70 cats, which help protect the artworks from rodents.
The fall of the Berlin Wall on November 9, 1989, symbolized the end of the Cold War and the division between East and West. Constructed in 1961, the wall had separated families and friends for decades, representing the ideological divide between communism and democracy. Its dismantling was a result of years of political change, protests, and the desire for freedom among East Germans. The moment the wall fell, thousands flooded the streets, celebrating their newfound liberty. This event not only marked the reunification of Germany, but also led to the collapse of communist regimes across Eastern Europe. The Berlin Wall's fall is a powerful reminder of the human spirit's resilience and the universal quest for freedom, inspiring movements for democracy around the globe. The reunification of Germany paved the way for a united Europe and the expansion of the European Union, shaping the continent's future for decades to come.